I was at a supermarket on Sunday. I hate going shopping on a Sunday, it feels uniquely depressing for some reason. And it's quite a nice supermarket I was in, quite upmarket really. You know, the sort of place where the customers start getting antsy if the shelves start running low on kimchi. Anyway, I was in my own little world, and this stall had been set up in one of the aisles, and this young woman with sort of all plaited, braided hair under a baseball cap was offering samples of frozen yoghurt, or it looked like that, but it was possibly dairy or gluten or fat-free or something. I wasn't really interested. But she thrust this little plastic pot under my nose with a little plastic spoon in it and said, quite politely, "Would you like to try some of this?" And she said what it was, which I obviously didn't take in because I can't remember it now. And I must have looked really glum because she said, "Are you alright?" And I just said, "Yeah, fine, you know, it's just shopping on a Sunday. It's a bit, you know, depressing." And she just looked at me, and I realised straight away the implications of what I had just said. And so, quite understandably, I suppose, she came back with, "Well, at least you're not working in a supermarket on a Sunday trying to get prissy, morose people to eat some holier-than-thou frozen dessert." And obviously, she didn't say it exactly like that. That would have been just too perfect, but let's just say it was words to that effect. And anyway, I thought, yeah, it could be worse, couldn't it? But I didn't say that. I just sort of slunk off in tacit acknowledgement that I can't really just luxuriate in this glumness. And by what right have I got to foist it on other people? You know, most folk seldom invite sullenness. So I've got a small YouTube audience now, and I have to ask myself, do they want it either? Should they have to suffer these jaded rants before finally getting onto the stuff they really want to see? You know, the Baldur's Gate recording thing. And I've kind of decided that yes, you should have to endure because you're a bit like that yoghurt sample girl, sort of captive. Therefore, you will have to put up with me exercising occasional general sulkiness so that the rest of society doesn't have to, okay? Think of it, well, think of it as a sort of price for watching. Well, that was a tough battle, but to the victor, the spoils, I suppose. There's a lot of skeleton carcasses around here. I'll just have a look at.
Not to stand by while this party descends into depravity.
Ajantis, we just killed a murdering madman. It's only a temporary thing, it will change soon. I mean, it's tedious when I keep coming back to this every so often. God knows what it's like if you're watching this in a big binge. It must feel like Ajantis is going on continuously. Right, so the skeletons have got heavy crossbows, so what we'll probably do is take those, as many as we can carry, because they're going to be worth more than these medium shields, but I won't. I'll do all this sort of sorting off camera. Mustn't forget Imoen's stuff at all, so I'll just pick that up now.
Prevail.
As much as we can carry, anyway. Oh. We are getting rather full here.
Now, Natha.
Edwin.
My actions are yours.
It shall be as you wish.
Right, we've got everything of Imoen's. Right, let's have a look at Basilus's body. We'll get rid of these medium shields now, I think. They are not going to be worth anything more than a couple of gold pieces, I suppose, so...
Yeah!
Right. Okay, so we have got a bloodstone amulet, some chainmail. I'll take it for now, not take the shield. Ooh, some magical gauntlets. Basilus's holy symbol. And a magical warhammer. Okay. Well, the first thing to do is see if Alwyn knows what any of the unidentified stuff is. Nope. Nope. I don't know if he's got a spell handy. Yeah, we'll keep his little identify spell in there for now, I think. Now we've got a lot more spells, we can afford to have one identify going at any one time. Okay, so that's interesting. And let's have a look at this holy symbol. A depiction of the evil god Cyric. So yeah, on reflection, Basilisk was obviously a cleric. And he's got the crushing weapon as well, which sort of all makes sense. So he's a cleric of Cyric. I don't know a lot about him other than he is an evil deity, a very evil deity. So yeah, he had all the hallmarks of a bad man. But that's rather good. I'm hoping that those gauntlets and Warhammer are worth something. But anyway, like I said, we're going to just get everything. I think we're going to just pick up as much as we can carry. I imagine those little crossbows are probably worth 10 gold or something like that each, so that's probably just about worth it. And I will take the crew back to Beregost to sell the stuff and go to the temple to collect our reward. So next time I see you, unless something interesting, I won't look at the rest of this map just yet. We've also got the chicken to return, but we're not going to do that now. We could go up to High Hedge, but I really just want to get the team back and get it all sorted, then go back out again. So I'll see you when we're back in Beregost. Right, it's not without a little trepidation that I bring you in at a point at which we've been ambushed by the dreaded Gibbelins once again. We're on our way to Beregost, but unfortunately, 8 hours into our journey, we have been targeted by Gibbelins. So,
My honor is my life.
Ajantis, go and take that one out. Viconia, go there.
Again, you disturb me.
I'm going to try this sleep spell. It's sort of area of effect, so I think by the time he's cast it, if I cast it here, it's party friendly, it should hopefully radiate out towards our enemies. So we'll try that. Zar can't really do a lot other than just lob his darts. Throwing daggers, I should say. Alwyn.
This time.
We'll try and get a bullet in, I should say. And if necessary, we'll just have to get our weaklings to kind of run around a bit.
Become death.
Okay, that didn't really work.
Destroyer of worlds.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
If we go over here. God, Zar's encumbered because I've picked up so many, so much of the loot. Right, go Zar.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Crikey, yeah, Viconia's really low on her health here.
Give me power. Ulza?
Have a healing potion, Viconia.
Something troubling you?
Yes, I shall attend to it in a trice.
My actions.
How may I be? I shall attend to it in a trice.
You are so irritating.
Hardly worth my time.
Right, I think we'll be alright, people. Help Viconia, you three.
Shall caress.
Your worthless lives end here.
Phew. Okay.
Helm, give me strength!
Ooh, they had a spell, Chill Touch. I think we've got another one of those to sell, to be honest, but there we are. Okay, hopefully we will have an uninterrupted rest of the journey. So here we are, day 28, and it is midnight. I did call in at the smithy, but no one was in at that hour, so we've still got all of our stuff. But this is the guy we need to speak to about Basilisk. I think the party is rather excited at this point. Alwyn, I think, is probably more just hopeful that there'll be something good to come out of it. But I'm sure Ajantis and Viconia are probably quite excited. Anyway, let's chat.
With Helms Blessing.
By the morning Lord, I see that you have the holy symbol of Basilisk. It must have been a difficult battle to take down such a powerful man. It was. Yours is a service that will not soon be forgotten. It is a pleasure to give you the full reward for which you have worked. Okay, which is what, Keldath? Okay. Let's take a moment. Experience, 1,000. Party has lost an item, I assume it's Basilisk's holy symbol. And we have gained 5,000 gold. Zar has levelled up. And...
As you will.
no, it says in the diary, no doubt this 5,000 gold shall come in quite handy, yeah. You can say that again, Alwyn. But we do actually need to spend quite a bit of it just to get ourselves back on track. We've used a number of healing potions, and Imowen is dead, so we need to kind of bring her back. And that's more expensive the higher level they go, and Imowen is now level 4, so...
Yeah!
I was hoping we'd get a slight reputation increase there, but I don't think we did. Yeah, so potions of healing at 135 gold a pop aren't cheap, so I think we probably need... yeah, 4 of those, I think. So that's 540. Don't suppose he'll buy anything of ours, will he? No. And we need to raise Imowen at 600 gold. There you go. So that's 1,000 gone already with the potions and over 1,000. Yeah, raised it. Welcome back there, Imowen.
I've done had enough of this.
Okay. Let's give you all your stuff. I'll tell you what, I'll do that at when I next see you, but clearly we're going to go and rest now. It's been a tough battle, been a tough little period for the group, but they've come through. Actually, let's do Zar's level up. Okay, so this is our first level 3 wizard. Okay, level up slots. Here we go, look, level 2 spells, 2. 4 hit points, that's good, I think that's as good as it can be. And 3 extra lore, so... Zar. Haven't got any spells memorised at level 2, but he can cast level 2 spells. And I'm not really sure what that would involve. We've got this one spell here, Aganazar's Scorcher. But I think what I need to do is probably pump about 1,500 gold into Zar, something like that, 2,000 gold possibly, in terms of just improving his spells, because we need to make him a slightly more useful member of the team. Maybe there's a magical weapon I can get him. Or some mage robes or something, just to give him a bit of a boost. Because at the moment all he can do is cast Minor Drain and lob his little daggers. And actually he's got quite a number of kills, 35. That's 13% of the total kills in the party, so he's not completely without his uses, but yeah, we need to boost him up, and it's going to take a bit of investment. I think Alwyn is quite happy with Tsar being in the group. I think he's pretty reliable, if a little mad. I don't get the feeling he's going anywhere, and I think Alwyn quite likes him in a funny sort of way. So we're going to put some money into Tsar, I think, with this reward. The gold, yeah, we've got 4,000 gold. I think once we've sold all this stuff we should have significantly more. But yeah, that's what we'll do with it, and we'll see what we've got left. What I'll do next is probably head on over to the inn and rest. And I think it's probably high time for a little celebration. Right, well, we're in Felderpost's Inn, and I think really in the time-honoured fashion, after a successful crusade, I think we should probably have a jolly good knees up. So we're going to speak to the bartender.
You want some whiskey?
And we are going to go straight for the drinks. Oh yeah, this place is just a wine sort of bar, isn't it? A bit sort of high end, I think. In any case, I think we're going to go for plenty of drinks for Ajantis. A couple of winter wines for Viconia, and she's now drunk. There's been a big influx of Flaming Fist into town lately. I don't know what all the extra troops are here for, but it puts me on edge. Certainly it does. Imoen, you deserve a couple of Beduscan Darks after that. Someone having a rumour about the Midsummer Fair at Nashkel. But yes, Imoen has suffered more than most at the hands of Basilius, so she gets a few. Alwyn, a few ruby wines. Edwin, and Tsar, a Westgate ruby wine for you. We can't really sell much of our stuff here, but we will get rid of these. Well, we can sell the chicken for 50 gold. Curious that you can do that. No, the skull's only worth 1 gold. We'll get rid of these 2 spells. That's 100 gold. A gem. Anything else we can sell? Mr. Felderpost. I don't know if the bartender is actually Felderpost, or whether that's someone else. We won't sell that scroll because that's a level 2 spell. Right. Okay, we can sell all of these. $289 gold. There we go, look. So I think we'll probably, by the time we sell all of our weaponry, which we'll do once we rest at the smithy, I think we'll probably have close to the 5,000 gold that we initially set out, or that was the initial reward anyway. And I think tonight we shall definitely be choosing the Royal Suite. 30 Myrtle, 1368. I wanted to be away from the noise of the inn for a while, so I retired to our spacious quarters, the Royal Suite no less. Imoen, perhaps feeling the same, followed me. We went in, sat down, and Imoen drew her newly plundered short sword for a closer look. I had also brought Melicamp, stuffed in my pack, to better keep him hidden from the inn's patrons. On the small oak table at which we sat, a small hillock of coin purses, worth 4,500 gold pieces. Imoen prodded at the pile with the tip of her sword, as it whistled a sweet song over which Mellencamp clucked at length about how the money might, if we were to be so kind, perhaps assist in his predicament. I was at once struck by the sheer ludicrousness of the situation I found myself in, and felt a smile crack across my face, which Imoen noticed at once and remarked, "So, Alwyn, life's a bit different out of Candlekeep, huh?" "And what makes you say that?" I reply. "It is about a month since we left. I have been desperate for survival ever since, and that tells me something. It tells me that I don't want to die, that I don't want to give in to those that hunt me. And though this instinct is completely involuntary, it matters little. It represents the truth of the matter. But things have changed, and what I cling to now is not simply making it to the next minute or hour or day or week, but to the next quest, to the next bounty, the next reward, the next stash or secret. For, at the moment, there is nothing else. I absorb myself in the process, planning for battle, taking every precaution, executing a strategy, collecting the spoils. Despite this, Zar will still tell me that this adventuring is not the same as confronting the great intrigue as to why I am hunted at all. That, I say, is a question I am not willing to probe, not even here, in my journal. I cannot contemplate, let alone confront. And though it may be unsatisfactory to Zar, what we are doing now at least has a process, and a purpose through which I am able to pass the time. And that, I say, achieves something which at the beginning of this journey I felt was impossible. It is, incontrovertibly, an existence. Right, I'm at the Thunderhammer smithy and we're just going to sell all of this stuff. So look, these crossbows are worth 20 gold each, which kind of shows the value of picking those up. That's pretty good. A lot of jewels and things aren't worth that much. So 120 for all that. Now, as you know, I'm reading The Lord of the Rings. Well, I'm saying as you know, as if, you know, it would be sort of on the tip of your tongue that I'm doing that. But, and I've previously spoken about how much I rate the character of Theoden. And he just sort of delivered another great moment in the book, really. And it's immediately after Helm's Deep, Gandalf and Theoden and some of his closest allies, some of his court, I suppose, go off and confront Saruman, basically, who tried to knock out Rohan in a sort of mass mobilisation of his forces. And Saruman was kind of defeated in his own backyard, I suppose. I suppose you'd say, thanks to. We're going to keep that bastard sword, by the way, because Imoen's sword broke, so obviously there's a chance that Ajantis might need that. Yeah, so the Ents basically helped defeat Saruman. Well, they did defeat Saruman sort of single-handedly, although I suppose most of his troops were had already left. But anyway, so he's kind of just stuck in his tower, basically. It's sort of fairly impenetrable, and he's kind of just cloistered in there. So Gandalf, Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas are all making their way to the tower called Orthanc. And, you know, they do actually, you know, manage to speak to Saruman and see him, I think. They kind of manage to get up to the tower. I can't exactly remember. They sort of get up to the door of the tower or something, and he's on a slightly higher level or something, but they can't get at him, but they can talk to him. And the sort of conniving, cunning
My honor is my
man that he is, he
I can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit
is
more
able to
than
talk in this kind of
competition.
lilting, seductive voice, which some of the troops that Theoden brings along are very taken by this, but by his kind of ability to kind of persuade, I suppose. And you're kind of thinking, no, don't let this man kind of weasel his way out at this stage. And bear in mind, this is there's Rohan troops here, and this is in the aftermath of Saruman sending over these, ghoulish orcs and things to slaughter the men and women and children of Rohan. You think, how can you stand for this? How dare he pull that one? And why isn't Gandalf doing anything? He's kind of just standing by and just kind of letting Saruman. We need some more arrows, so I've just bought those. He's kind of just letting Saruman go ahead, really, and the troops are all kind of, well behind him. They're starting to think that Saruman's going on about, we can't. We've had so much war. Why don't we just make peace? Almost coming across a bit of a victim of sort of warmongering, and the troops are sort of, they're going, yes, we should make peace, with this kindly man, this wise and kindly man. And Theoden then starts to make like he is going along with it, and you just think, oh no, not another. He's already been kind of duped and swindled and manipulated by Saruman enough. Please don't let it kind of be an issue again. And I need to get him some studded leather armor. Leather armor +1. Nine VS piercing and missile. Yeah, so you just think, no, Theoden, don't fall for it, please. And you start to think that he has.
As you will.
So Saruman asks him ultimately if they may have friendship and peace. And among his response to that outrageous request, we're going back here. I'm just going to finish off that map that Basilius was on, which I probably won't keep you around for. So you're just praying that he hasn't kind of, fallen for it again. But among his response to the line is, when you hang from a gibbet at the... Start again. When you hang from a gibbet at your window for the sport of your own crows, I will have peace with you and all thank. And that is just one line from a very, very, very satisfying speech from Theoden about how Saruman... there's no way, mate. You're having a laugh, and for what you've done to my kingdom, you deserve, frankly, only death. But he doesn't. There's also this wonderful little line where he says, something like, "I fear you have lost your charm, or you've lost your power, or something." And indeed, at that point, Saruman is not impotent, but a shadow of his former self. And I actually sort of saw on YouTube there's numerous, I don't know if there's numerous, but there's at least one or two different ways in which the film aimed to deal with the Saruman situation, including one scene which you can see on YouTube of him basically being...
Shire looks upon us with favour.
I think he's up there with Wormtongue, and Wormtongue tries to kill him basically because Wormtongue kind of feels like he's... I don't know if he feels like he's been double-crossed or certainly sided with the wrong team, and goes to And you sort of think, you wonder whether Wormtongue has a latent respect for Theoden, and he goes to sort of stab Saruman in the back at the top of his tower. At which point he fails, and Legolas then, I think, shoots Wormtongue, and then maybe I can't remember what happens, but anyway, it culminates in Saruman kind of falling from his tower and kind of just sort of impaling himself on a spike, I think. I may have got that wrong. Which is, I think, actually, you know, the sort of real kind of ending of him just being kind of left there to kind of stew over what he should do next was a far more satisfying ending. And I think Gandalf was slightly hopeful that he would perhaps renounce his ways and sort of help in some way, but Roger, okay.
Have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Roger, we're in the middle of something. It's a shame my line of work doesn't allow for leisurely chats, but it's an important job. Must run the message through, rain or shine or gibbling. Arn grows weary of invasion accusations and is demanding restitution from the Grand Dukes of Baldur's Gate. This will not sit well indeed. Make way. I don't know what that was about particularly. There's obviously a bit of geopolitics between Baldur's Gate, you know, 2 seats of power, Baldur's Gate and Arm, and what did he say again? So there's accusations that Arm, lots of conspiracies, I think, and accusations that Arm is kind of preparing to wage war on Baldur's Gate. So yeah, that's another little hint from the game that things are not well between Arm and Baldur's Gate, or at least there's a sort of Cold War or War of Words going on. Anyway, I'm going to just clear out this map. It's probably just skeletons and things. It would be amazing to have Basilius, a few hobgoblins with +2 swords, and yet more stuff. But as ever, if there's anything of any great intrigue, I'll bring you back. We are back within High Hedge, and there was nothing at all really to speak of. In the previous area that Basilius was, we cleared that map entirely, and there was a wolf or something, a couple of wolves, but you know, by this point they're kind of rolling over and having their tummies tickled by us. So we're back inside High Hedge, and we're going to try and find Palantir and see if he can do anything about the chicken situation.
With Helms Blessing.
Mellecamp's chicken situation. So,
With Helms Blessing.
I sincerely hope you have some reason for bothering me. I've already stated that I wish you to leave. Well, it's rather amusing actually. You see, I happened to rescue this talking chicken. The party has lost an item, so he's obviously got the chicken now. Chickens do not talk, so quite obviously it is a polymorphed being of some kind. Yes, Palantir. Spells such as that wear off in time, or can be dispelled. 'Tis a simple matter, and not one worth the waste of my day. Keep moving. Ajantis suggesting that the old mage should spare his sanctimonious tone. Interesting that that should come from Ajantis. So I don't think we'll pick that, so we'll go, I am quite aware of the mute status of chickens, thank you very much. Yes, this is a transformed man, but it is also a man who claims to be your apprentice. That is why I brought him here. Here. Apprentice? I have had no apprentice. I teach no one about what I... Wait, Mellecamp? Mellecamp, is that you? Yes, Master Palantir, it is I. I am no master to you, and you are no apprentice. What gall do you have to expect help from me? He is not your student? But you do know of him, do you not? A student wishes to learn. while this fool wishes only to have knowledge. I will tutor no one who does not understand the ramifications of what I have to teach. Not getting the quick gratification he wished, he instead chose to steal from me. You speak of so much, but show so little. I only wish to learn a fraction of the power you possess. It has taken me some 50-odd years of life to gain the power I wield, and the will not to use it. You are but a baby in comparison. Frankly, I'm surprised you changed into such an old chicken. How did you manage that, by the way? You were muddling the simplest cantrip when I last observed you. I think, by the way, Alwyn is well on the side of Palantir here, and kind of loves the thought that you just can't pick up these things and expect to take shortcuts, that this learning process takes a long time, and I think it's certainly something that Alwyn would, a process that Alwyn would advocate. This is what happens when the lesser races try to experiment with magic, says Viconia. Not the lesser races, but lesser intellects, surely. Though, hopefully, this one will have learned a lesson. I think he's learned a lesson, Palantir, you know, to be honest. I have progressed much since then, and I borrowed a few items to speed the process. As I thought. Well, it's obvious you can steal my tools, but not my understanding of them. Hold still while I dispel this foolish facade. Can't very well get my property back while it's polymorphed into a... Wait a moment. I did not possess any items that would allow the casting of that enchantment. Wait. Oh dear. Melicamp, listen very carefully. What did you take? Nothing too valuable, I swear. Just some components, a few scrolls, a beat-up pair of braces, a blank spellbook, some parchment. A pair of... Oh no, you little fool! The braces in my locked and trapped safe? I certainly hope you can develop a taste for chicken feed, because you are going to be stuck the way you are for a very long time. I know I stole from you, but you can't leave me like this. Please, Master Palantir, please, look. It is not a matter of whether I wish to help or not, simply that I do not have the power to undo what you have done. Is there nothing that can be done? I believe the price for my assistant... God. No. So that was a sad story. I think we'll try and help the poor chicken. Is there nothing that can be done? I am willing to help however I can. If you are willing, then I will do what must be done. We will need a component that I do not have on hand, and it will be your job to get it. I require the head of an undead creature, and a simple skeleton skull will do. Bring it back here and I will try to bend a few magical rules to reincarnate this foolish boy. Reincarnate? But that does not require... Does that spell not require the recipient to be dead? There must be some dead element, yes. This is what the skull is for. I cannot fully explain what I am to try, but it is something of a reversal on the reincarnation scheme. The age of the enchantment that changed you may allow for a loophole in the laws of magic. Of course, it may just kill us both in the casting. Such is life. Oh, Palantir. Off you go to some dungeon or another. Return with the skull. Go. Well, look at this. So Palantir is willing to lay down his life. Ah, well. He kind of seemed crotchety and arrogant, but, Sorry, just drinking. You can't really have anything but respect for him there, I suppose. Very interesting. So we need to get a skull. A skull. Oh, did we sell that skull at Felderpost? No. Excellent. Well, hopefully we can just talk to him again. It was only worth 1 gold, so that's probably why we didn't part company with it. Right. Hello again, my young adventurers. I see you have the needed component. Well, shall we see if our young man regains his life, or if he'll eventually be someone else's fest hall dinner? Okay. He hasn't said that he might die, but, well, let's see. Oh. Party has lost an item. Thalantir the Conjurer, Anti-Chickinator, Mellicamp, Death. And I did see a sort of some blood just spurt from near where Zar was. Oh dear.
May darkness prevail.
What does that mean?
With Helms Blessing.
And that, as they say, is that. I fear our young friend did not survive the casting, and I feel a touch weary myself. Such are the ways of magic, unpredictable at the best of times. Do not feel responsible for his death. There was little more we could have done. His body simply couldn't withstand the change once again. A lesson, I suppose, for the rest of us. Take good care to treat found items with respect. If you will excuse me, I have some work to do. I imagine you've a dungeon to storm somewhere. I wish you intelligence, because luck runs out. Well, well, well. Isn't that an interesting end to a quest? I mean, one would expect that, you know, you would, as long as you didn't act like a dick, then you would be able to bring back Mellicamp, but unless there's something I could have done, that is the end of the poor little chicken. And yeah, I guess a kind of a salutary tale for not dabbling in things you don't understand. And I guess it's I mean, not an eye-opener for Alwyn, because I guess he would have been of that opinion himself anyway. But well, that's an interesting side quest with a bit of a sad end, really. But there we go. Bye bye Mellicamp, and I wonder if we get any experience for this. No. God, that font is really small. God help you if you're watching this on a phone. Mellicamp's transformation. Unfortunately a failure. Apparently the young man's body could not withstand the thing. Magic remains an uncertain force and care must be taken with its use. Well, that's that. Even Thalantir couldn't save him. But what Thalantir can do is make us a bit stronger. We've got nearly 5,000 gold. And what I'm going to do is, as I've said before, invest plenty of money in Zar. Because he's got some level 2 spells, for example, and his level 1 spell repertoire is very poor. What we're also going to do when we buy the spells is use this Potion of Mind Focusing, because it will increase his intelligence to such a level that it'll be intelligence 20, and I think it will then be impossible for him to not learn a spell. So we won't be wasting our money. So it's going to take me a while to read all the spells, so I'll come back when I've made my decision. We'll then see how much money we've got left and what we should be, where we can spend that, possibly a little bit on Edwin and maybe Alwyn as well. But yeah, we're going to be spending all of this, so we're going to make Thalantir fairly wealthy. I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I've bought my spells. As you can see, they're sitting here in Zar's inventory. We've got Magic Missile, which is now a better spell because Zar's at level 3. So he gets 2 missiles which hit for 1d4 plus 1. So I think we'll be looking at, you're looking at 4 damage minimum for those. And that's the same as Larlock's Minor Drain. So at worst, so that's going to be written in. Sleep we know about. Chromatic Orb. At level 3 it's quite good, so I've got one. It's 1d6 damage and burns a victim for an additional 1d8 damage. So you could be looking at up to 14 damage there, which is pretty good. Or just 2, I suppose, but by and large that's quite a damaging spell. It might be better than, at this level, might be better than the Magic Missile. Now, level 2 spell, Horror. All enemies within the area of effect when the spell is cast must save via spell or flee in terror. That's quite good. I'm going to give Zar Aganazar's Scorcher as well. And that will Sorry, I'm just thinking whether I should. Yeah, I mean, Alwyn's a long way off. So I think Alwyn's pretty trusting of Xar. I've got Xar Identify as well, because it's always useful to have another one who can do that. So what we're going to do is knock back this potion of mind focusing. And that should now mean, yeah, look, Xar's intelligence is now 20. I don't know what a madman with intelligence 20 would be like to chat to, but anyway, we're gonna. So all these should just go straight in. There you go, look. It's working, it's working. Okay. So, we're going to move a couple of minor. I like one minor drain in because the good thing about minor drain is it casts instantly and it gives Xar a little boost on his hit points. So it's good for disrupting enemy caster spells, that sort of thing. But I'm going to go magic missile and. Actually, it's a good question because sleep is very useful. Even I think probably we'll go chromatic orb just because we've got Edwin with plenty of sleeps. Edwin has been treated to some spells as well. Magic missile, which I don't think he's got. No. And this power word sleep. He's not at level 3 yet, but he's not too far off. This will magically sleep an opponent of 20 hit points or fewer, but there's no saving throw. So it's not as good in some ways as the main sleep spell, but it's just if someone has got fewer than 20 hit points or they are perhaps injured, that would be quite good. Invisibility does what it says on the tin, to be honest. That might be useful for getting out of a sticky situation. Horror. Yeah, so horror, which both of them have got, this causes the enemies within an area to flee in terror. So that should be quite useful. And charm person. So this is any bipedal, human, demi-human, humanoid, dwarves, elves, half-orcs, nixies, whatever they are, lizard men, sprites, troglodytes and others. Okay, so but the difference is that we're just going to have to rely on Edwin's talent to copy them down. So let's start with these expensive ones. These are about 360 a pop, I think, these level 2 spells. So okay, good. Power word sleep is in. Invisibility is in. And horror. Okay, so we've got all the level 2 spells successfully written. And magic missile. And charm person. There you go. So Edwin has got a clean sweep there. So his spellbook is looking rather good now. And we can get rid of a few of these minor drains. And probably go for. Let's get a charm person in there. And Xar. We will go Agonazar's Scorcher and Horror. So Agonazar's Scorcher does 3d6 of damage. So you're looking at 3 damage minimum and maximum 18. So that's, you know, that's pretty good. That's a good damage dealing spell. A bit disappointing he's only got 3 spells, isn't it, at level 1, but now we've got quite a toolbox of spells. I'm going to get Alwyn some spells as well, actually. I'll probably get him. I don't know if he can do minor drain. I don't think he can, because I think it's the opposing school, which is a necromancy, isn't it? Lilacs minor drain? Yeah, but he won't be able to cast that. Well, he can as a special ability, but well, no, I'm happy with that actually. And look at his, yeah, his He's got 4 priest spells, and Viconia, who's leveled up, I've given her healing, and I can't remember if I've said this, sorry, she's got the silence back again as well, which is a good spell, I think. So, altogether, we've got an excellent little toolbox of spells now, which, oh, you get 10 experience every time you cast, 20 for the level 2 spell. There you go, that's a nice little boost. So we've got a really good little toolbox of spells now, and you know, we're very caster heavy, but we've got a nice range of different spells. So we are looking quite good, and I realise also I've got a pair of gauntlets to identify, which I will do now. These were on Basilisk, okay, so Elander's Gloves of Misplacement. Gauntlets of Fumbling. With mischief in mind, the impetuous Elander set out to craft these cursed gauntlets to best a rival. It turns out his malice got the best of him when he mistook these gloves for another pair. Oh dear. Now look at that. Thaco -10, Dexterity -2. May only be removed with a Remove Curse spell. Another curious item. Now, we'll identify the hammer next time we rest. So, I think we've probably got everything we need now. We've still got 2,300 gold. I'm just thinking how we could spend that money. We could buy some of these exciting arrows that he's got and that sort of thing. I probably will get some magical arrows, actually. Let me do that.
As you will. Live in such a pissant town.
So let's get some arrows +1. 90 for 5. That is pretty steep, but you never know when we might need a little boost. So we'll get 4 of those for 360. God. And let us get some bullets +1 as well. And we'll get 5, that's 720. And we got some little extra damage ones here. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. I think Mirror Image is a spell that Alwyn will definitely get when he's at level 3 Mage. Anyway, we'll get those. We're just gonna they're expensive, but we'll literally keep those for a rainy day. If there's a horrible enemy that we just need every advantage we can get, we can use these extra these +1 ammunition things. Right, I don't actually know what to do now, to be honest. I think I'm just going to have a look at the journal and sort of decide where we go next. I think Alwyn has already explained how adventuring is.
Yeah.
I suppose, in a sense, the only thing that's keeping him sane, and it's, you know, it has been going rather well. Oh, something's lurking. It is a skeleton. Okay. And I guess really it's just a case now of deciding how we progress and...
For sure!
By hell, as you will. My honor is my life, as you will.
Let's take these out. You can hang around while we do that.
For sure!
Skeleton's causing a bit of an issue. Come on, people. Zah, you have run out of throwing daggers. Come on. They really do just resist so much damage, these skeletons. I'm hoping Viconia now with her extra Thaco can do a bit more hitting there. She got a good swipe in there, well done. Go on. Not really getting any damage stats there. Anyway, that's all done. Oh, lots of throwing daggers for you, Zar. There you go, you can have all these. Oh! Hello, bear.
Now, Nartha.
It's just a bear that's really interested in us. Okay. It's not hostile, but it's...
Yeah!
It's like when a dog, you know, you're on a park and a dog sort of comes up to you and you're not quite sure whether it's friendly or not, and oh, no, it's not interested in us apparently. Okay. We'll just leave it be. Yeah, when a dog sort of bounds up to you on the park and you're thinking, is this dog just going to come right up to me and bite me, you know?
Yeah!
I think what we'll... Oh, hang on. As I said before, those throwing daggers aren't cheap, so we'll
With Helms
take as many of those as we can. Oh, hello, another bear. I think there's... From memory, there's something... Yeah, Prism the Sculptor. We might do this. And I believe he was around Nashkel. Or the Nashkel mines even. So let's go down there. Actually, let's go to the Nashkel mines.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Okay. Let's not go to the Nashkel mines. Oh my god.
Hail and well met.
Gnome. Why is Alwyn out front, for goodness sake? And why do they set you up like this? A Jantis right behind. Oh. Well, we'll be friendly. Well met, traveller.
Traveler. Well, that's the nicest thing anyone's called me in weeks.
Voice acting.
We should kill that one last, Senjak.
Oh god.
Such good manners.
You're welcome to triumph. What treachery is this?
No, there's no reason for this to turn violent.
Nope,
Hand
there
over
isn't.
your belongings and you may yet live.
Alwyn's going to actually say this. You'll need to be more convincing than that, brigand. 5 against our party. The odds don't seem to favour you.
You should listen to Senjak, friend. Perhaps you've noticed our associates who are even now aiming their arrows at your hearts. Raise a hand against us and they'll cut you down.
Alwyn, I think, would look to negotiate. Perhaps we could negotiate. Hey.
Now then, empty your pockets. What's going on back there?
Oh my god.
This is impossible.
Senjak, Toratia. I swore I would crush the life out of you someday. Today is that day.
Okay, there's a bit of a dispute between two third parties, of which Alwyn doesn't really want any part, so...
Dorn, you should be dead or rotting in a Luskan prison. How did you find us?
I'm happy to see you, Dorn. Leaving you behind to take the blame was all Simeon's idea. He's the one you want, not us.
I'm guessing Dawn's not entirely happy with the situation.
Just following orders is a coward's excuse, Dorothea. And I haven't forgotten what you said when I refused your advances.
What advances? She would never consort with a half-orc, especially when she has me. You haven't changed, Dorn. You're as stupid as you're ugly. Tell him, Dorothea.
Senjak was the first to agree with Simeon. He always hated you. But you know I didn't feel the same way.
Dorothea, what are you saying? Ah, your ruse, of course. But the half-breed brute is too stupid for that to work. Men, rush them.
Okay, it's going to get nasty.
You are both mewling cowards, turning on each other as easily as you turned on me. Half your men are already dead. You'll join them soon.
Okay. This kind of big boys talk is not really anything that Alwyn is going to partake in, I don't think.
It didn't have to be this way. We've beaten you before, Dorn. We'll do it again. Attack!
Okay.
For the glory of Helm!
Move. Move. Move.
With Helms Blessing.
What is it this time?
Get your warhammer out. Oh, God.
As you will.
We'll get the fighters up front.
Kalas Na.
Okay, Dawn isn't hostile, but Dorothea, Bandit, and Bandit probably are, so I'm guessing Senjak will be soon. Move, people. Just
It shall
move.
be as you wish.
If I must.
Night Singer, give me power.
Okay, right, they're out of the way. Jantis, you take that one. Laconia, you take the Bandit.
This will not be a quick death.
Okay, so Dawn's on our side. Edwin. Minor Drain. Alwyn. Minor Drain. Zar. Minor Drain. Himmelwyn. And everyone else just attack. Senjak is already badly injured. Dorothea is uninjured. Alwyn. Drop Dorothea.
Your worthless lives end.
Okay, she's probably quite hard because she resisted that spell. Edwin's spell.
Yes?
What can we do? What can we do? Okay, well, let's give Viconia a hand for a moment.
Have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Okay, these two are duking it out. She's barely injured.
Ulza Kalas Na.
Not really time to try the whole person. No, that didn't work either.
Jalkalas.
Injured, okay, we're getting somewhere now.
I must rest.
Dawn is near death.
Much more agreeable with rest.
and my party's getting tired. Okay. Dawn is coming over.
You handled yourself well enough.
Straight up to poor... with this great old sword looming over Alwyn. Who are you? What was that business between those bandits and you?
My name is Dornil Khan, and I was settling an old score. I've been hunting those two for almost a year now. That's 2 down and 2 to go.
When you struck them down, what happened? I saw some ghostly apparition appear.
My powers are none of your concern, unless you are looking for a strong arm to join you.
You're a blackguard, aren't you? You're a blackguard, aren't you?
Very perceptive. I suppose you are full of questions about the source of my power. Don't bother.
Alright, mate. Bloody hell. Blackguards always have one foot in the abyss, don't they? I think it would be best if I took my leave of you. Yes, what? No. Just no. I mean, he's obviously on some vengeful mission. Alwyn's not really, you know, these people on these kind of missions isn't something Alwyn's really wanting to necessarily get involved with. And also, he's really not a fit for this party at all.
Wait, are you?
Alwyn, yes. What if I am?
I've heard of your prowess. Traveling with you might help my vendetta, and my powers could certainly help you.
He is keen. But no.
You shouldn't make a habit of committing mistakes like this. They add up. If you change your mind, I shall be at the friendly army.
Okay, well, we can get him if we need to. See you then, Dawn. Okay, he's gone. And now we get to loot. Okay. Gold. Oh, a light crossbow. Anyone could use that. Bandit scalp. They sell for 25 gold each, so that's pretty good. Hang on, right, let's do this properly.
May darkness prevail.
We don't really need many arrows, but I'll pick them up anyway. Bandit scalp.
With Helms Blessing.
Wakizashi. My apologies for that. I lost some of the recording, but it really was only us picking over the carcasses of Dawn's fallen foes, and I can tell you that we've managed to identify some of the stuff. We got this plate mail, which will be worth a few hundred gold, given that Ajantis's plate mail cost about 1,000 gold. No one can wear it because it's too heavy for everyone, and some of their, obviously, mages can't wear it, so it's of no real use. But they did have this, a Wakizashi +1, which is of no use to us either, other than for its worth, which should be quite a bit. And this, Viconia has got this, a small shield +1, which gives an extra armor class bonus. So instead of -1, she's now -2. So that's a real boost. We are at the Nashkel Mines, and there were no other interruptions. We've managed to escape that little waylay. You know, I don't think Dawn would have been... Dawn is one of the characters brought into the game with the enhanced edition, so hence all the voice acting, etc. Don't know a lot about him, but I'm not being a purist of the original game, but I think for gameplay reasons, role-playing reasons, we've got a fairly settled party here. I don't know who I'd get rid of to make way for him. He looks like a pretty manly, masculine type of warrior, which frankly is not Alwyn's. You know, Alwyn isn't, as I've said before, not a leader of rampaging warriors, really. So we're looking for apparently a sculptor called Prism who has stolen some emeralds, which sounds quite interesting, really. There must be more to it than that. And we're going to try and find him. We've come here for no other reason than I don't think he's in Nashkel itself, and this is about the closest place to Nashkel without actually being Nashkel. So we're going to do that and then get back to Nashkel proper and sell the stuff. But we'll check out this map fully. But that won't be this time, because I think we're probably ticking over to about an hour and... I guess it'll be over an hour. Hour and 10, hour and 15. That's probably enough, isn't it? So we'll check this out in the next episode. Bye.